Have you ever seen a team dominate possession on paper, yet look completely powerless on the pitch? That's exactly what happened when Portugal faced Italy. Coming into the match, Portugal's tactical setup seemed almost impossible to stop. With three deep-lying midfielders controlling the center of the field, they were expected to dominate possession, dictate the tempo, and create endless attacking opportunities. But instead of controlling the game, Portugal found themselves trapped. Every pass seemed predictable. Every attack broke down before it could even begin. And by the final whistle, one question remained. How did Italy completely neutralize a system that looked so strong on paper? Today, we're breaking down the tactical battle that turned Portugal's biggest strength into their greatest weakness. Let's get started. At first glance, Portugal's triple pivot looked like a masterstroke. Three midfield anchors positioned deep meant constant passing options during the build-up phase. Normally, this structure creates numerical superiority against teams pressing with only 2 or 3 players. The idea was simple. Move the ball quickly, attract pressure, and use the extra midfielder to create space higher up the field. But there was one major problem. Having more players in midfield doesn't automatically create more freedom. In fact, Italy saw an opportunity. While many viewers focused on Portugal's numerical advantage, Italy focused on something far more important: spacing. Portugal's midfielders were often positioned too close together, making passing lanes predictable and easy to track. What looked like control was actually a trap, and Italy was ready to exploit it. The Azzurri didn't defend with a traditional low block. Instead, they used a hybrid man-marking system that combined aggressive pressing with intelligent positional discipline. Whenever Portugal attempted to build from the back, Italy's forwards immediately shadowed the passing lanes toward the deepest midfielders. Rather than chasing the ball blindly, they focused on cutting off the most dangerous options. This forced Portugal into uncomfortable areas of the pitch. Suddenly, simple forward passes disappeared. The midfielders who were supposed to control the game were now struggling just to receive the ball, and Italy's pressure was only beginning. The most fascinating part of Italy's defensive strategy came from their center backs. Instead of staying deep and protecting space behind them, they were willing to step aggressively into midfield whenever a Portuguese player tried to receive between the lines. This completely changed the battle. Every time Portugal's pivots received possession, an Italian player was immediately on top of them. There was no time to turn, no time to scan, no time to create. Under constant pressure, Portugal repeatedly chose the safest option: backward passes, sideways passes, more sideways passes. The tempo slowed, the confidence disappeared, and the entire midfield began to suffocate. Football isn't only physical, it's psychological. When players constantly feel pressure, they begin making decisions before receiving the ball. That's exactly what happened to Portugal. Even when small pockets of space appeared, players hesitated. The fear of losing possession became stronger than the desire to attack. And that's when Italy knew they had won the midfield battle. As the match continued, Portugal's attacking players became increasingly isolated. The midfield couldn't progress the ball consistently, and the forwards were left waiting for service that never arrived. A clear pattern emerged. The ball moved from one side of the defense to the other, then back again, then sideways, again and again. Analysts often call this the U-shaped passing pattern. It creates the illusion of possession while generating almost no real threat. Portugal controlled the ball, Italy controlled the game, and that's the difference that matters. Without vertical passes into dangerous areas, Portugal's attackers became spectators. The connection between midfield and attack completely collapsed. This match offers an important lesson for modern football. Having a numerical advantage is no longer enough. Elite teams now focus on controlling access to space rather than simply controlling players. Italy demonstrated that a well-organized hybrid man-marking system can destroy even the most carefully designed possession structure. Could Portugal have adapted? Absolutely. Rotating midfield positions more frequently could have dragged markers out of shape. Dropping attackers deeper may have created new passing angles. Quicker one-touch combinations might have broken the pressure before it formed, but on this day, those adjustments never arrived. Italy remained compact, Portugal remained predictable, and the result was a tactical masterclass. So what do you think? Was this a brilliant defensive performance from Italy, or did Portugal simply fail to adapt when the pressure increased? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tactical breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth football analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.